Alright, what's up guys? My name is Zach and today I am driving a 2012 Honda Civic Sedan. Up front is a 1.8 liter inline 4 and down below is a 5-speed automatic transmission. Now I'm super excited to be driving this year 2012 Honda Civic for a couple of reasons, but mainly the fact that this is a 1-year vehicle. Honda started a new generation of the Civic in 2011 for the 2012 model year, which is this car. However, they then facelifted it and altered it for the 2013 model year, making this a 1-year car. And we'll get into that towards the end of the video. But before we get on to anything else, I have a website, zackpradel.com, where you could buy stickers like this retro sticker pack. You can also submit your own car through a very quick and easy submission form. And you can check my behind the scenes blog to see what I'm filming before it comes out on the channel. But let's get back to that little inline 4 under the hood. It makes about 143 horsepower. It's nothing really too special. I don't want to say weak, because it definitely moves the vehicle. It's not fast, it's not going to break the sound barrier, but for an everyday commuter car, it's pretty adequate. It gets owners 28 miles to the gallon in the city and approximately 39 miles to the gallon on the highway if you're very nice to it, which those are very respectable numbers for a little compact sedan. Like I said, paired to it is a 5-speed automatic transmission, and so this is before the time of CVTs. Honda now is dominated by CVTs. Most of their automatic vehicles are CVTs, like the CR-V, the new Honda Civic, they all have CVTs. And so this is before that era, and if you prefer an actual more traditional automatic transmission, you can find that here in the 2012 Civic. Last but not least, the 2012 Civic is front wheel drive. So with that out of the way, let's talk about the interior. Well, in front of me, Honda has retained the 2-tier system from the previous Civic generation. Up above, I have fuel, my current speed, and my MPGs. As well as off to the right, I get a little screen showing a clock and auxiliary input, my average MPG, blank screen, things like that, a couple of things to cycle through. But then actually truly in front of me, I do have a giant tachometer, as well as what gear I'm in and other simple information like that. Like I said, the previous generation of Civic also had this kind of style of setup, and it's actually pretty easy to get used to. On the steering wheel on the left, I have my information icon for that screen up above that we just talked about. I have my source, volume, and skip track buttons, menu, and off to the right, I have my cruise control settings. The steering wheel itself still feels very modern. Yeah, it has a little bit of chipped plastic, but overall, it has a very modern Honda feel. I don't know if that means that they were ahead of their game in 2012 or if they're just behind the ball here in 2022, but I think it actually still looks modern and to me still looks good. Off to the left, I have an econ button to put the vehicle into economy mode, get you a little bit better gas mileage. And down below that, I have just my traction control off switch. This is a Honda Civic LX, which means base model. It does not have a lot of features in here. Moving on to the door, I have my power mirrors, power locks, and power windows. Only the driver's window is automatic. And then moving into the center, I have a very plain, basic radio. I do have 6 different favorites, AM, FM, CD, and aux, which is nice. Have this giant volume knob, which is also really, really nice. I like the tactile feedback that you get with that knob. And moving down below, I have my climate controls. Fan speed, where to send it, and temperature. That is it. Moving down on the center console, I do have an aux in as well as a 12-volt outlet and a little cubby to put whatever the heck you want. The shifter itself looks presentable. I can put it down into 1, 2, or 3 if I would like. Again, it has those traditional gears, unlike a CVT, which some CVTs will let you go into like a low mode, but this you can actually put it into 1, 2, or 3. And then we do have cup holders. So we will do a big friggin' bottle test here in the 2012 Honda Civic Sedan LX, and it passes. Around this time, Honda was very, very good at their cup holder size. They made really big cup holders in the late 2000s, early 2010s. And so I'm happy to announce that the 2012 Civic is no different. Then I do have a little center console and the seats. The seats are cloth, they are comfortable, and overall I don't really have any complaints. I think the ride quality of the Civic is a little bit harsh, but I can't blame the seats for that, and we'll talk about that towards the end of the video. But speaking of seats, we do have back seats, so let's go do a back seat review. All right, so we're in the back of the 2012 Honda Civic, and if this headrest was put on properly, I would have a lot more space. So it is actually decent back here for an economy, compact car, whatever you want to call this car. It's not bad. My hair is starting to hit the ceiling a little bit. The seats aren't super comfortable, but this is a very basic car. Can you fit people back here semi-comfortably and drive them to the next location? 100%, and that's what the Civic is for. Let's go take a quick look at the trunk, and then we'll talk about the looks. This is how you open the trunk. Come around back here and pop it all the way open. Pretty decent size, especially for a compact car. Nothing too crazy. And you do get a spare tire, not just fix-a-flat, which is very nice. But this is definitely going to be adequate for most of your needs when it comes to a trunk in a compact car. Again, you have to keep that in mind that this is a compact. This isn't going to be a Bentley or Rolls Royce, so this trunk space is fantastic in that regard. Now we gotta talk about the looks, and I really love the color on this Civic. I like this generation of Civic. I think the back end looks muscular. I'm a big fan, and overall I think it's a pretty presentable car. One thing I do want to say about the looks is that if you notice the wheels are off of a same year Honda Civic SI, so the performance enthusiast oriented Honda Civic. So these are not the original wheels that came on this car. They would have came with steel wheels with plastic hubcaps. And it's just basic transportation. And that's sort of my final thoughts as we get into it, is that this is a very basic car. The owner, Theo, uses this car to drive to and from his job. He works down in a mine, and so that's why this car never gets cleaned. It's a point A to point B vehicle. He has other fun cars that he puts his pride into. This is literally point A to point B transportation. And so it's perfect for that, as Honda Civics always have been. So as far as I can see, with this 2012 Honda Civic, it's just business as usual.
But alas, everything was not business as usual. When the 2012 Civic debuted, it was met with harsh criticism. Reviewers of the time said it was a major misstep. It had a dull driving feel, the interior was a rush job, and the nose didn't look right. Consumer Reports went as far as to remove it from their recommended list, something that hadn't happened in decades. The future looked bleak for our favorite little compact car. Luckily, fast-acting Honda was able to make some adjustments for the 2013 model year, restoring it to its former glory as one of the best cars on the market. The 2012 model is a one-year car. Will it be collectible? Probably not, but at least now you know.
What? You want me to finish? You know that cost extra, right? All right.
Zack hopes you enjoy the video of this 2012 Honda Civic Sedan. He'd like to thank Theo for the opportunity, and to not forget to rate the video, comment on the video, and subscribe if you really like it.